this miracle is to eat the beetle.
Okay.
Don't eat with your mouth open.
And the card you've been sitting on for the entire time is the Ace of Spades. Would you please show us, Alison? Is it? Yes!
Ondrej Psenicka, gebürtig aus Tschechien, begeistert die Welt mit seiner Zauberkunst. Doch wer ist das eigentlich genau? Gebürtig stammt Ondrej aus der Tschechischen Republik und feiert seinen Geburtstag am 28.12. Im Alter von 10 Jahren tritt er einem Hobbyclub bei, in welchem er die Grundlagen der Magie lernt. Karten, Seile, Bälle, Tücher und so weiter. Mit 12 Jahren lernt Ondrej seinen Mentor kennen, Ivan Allen, welcher ebenfalls in der heutigen Tschechischen Republik geboren wurde und in Schweden lebt. So gewann er nicht nur in 2 Jahren hintereinander die Jugendmeisterschaften der tschechischen Magie, sondern räumte auch in internationalen Wettbewerben ab. Darüber erfahren wir gleich im Live-Talk mehr. Die Business School, in der er studierte, verließ er 2005 und begann stattdessen eine Schauspielausbildung am Lee Strasberg Theatre and Film Institute in Los Angeles. Außerdem studierte er an der Academy of Magical Arts in Hollywood und performte in deren Clubhaus, der Magic Castle, die viele von euch kennen. 2017 performte Ondrej bei Penn und Teller Fool Us und schaffte es, das Magier-Duo hinters Licht zu führen.
I thought that was pretty flashy.
But Alison,
Spätestens durch diesen Auftritt bekamen er und seine eigens kreierten Butterfly Playing Cards große internationale Aufmerksamkeit. 2019, vor wenigen Wochen, wurde die Premiere der 6. Staffel Fool Us ausgestrahlt, in welcher Ondrej ebenfalls wieder auftrat und es ein zweites Mal schaffte, Penn und Teller zu foolen. Die Idee hinter seinen Butterfly-Karten war zunächst, dass er etwas haben wollte, wovon andere Zauberkünstler nicht wissen, wie es funktioniert. Er wollte einen Magierfuhler entwickeln. Seine Designideen starteten als One-Way-Design und wurden über 4 Jahre hinweg immer wieder von ihm verbessert, bis er sich nach 4 Jahren überhaupt erst dazu entschloss, eigene Karten mit eigens kreiertem Markierungssystem auf die Art und Weise, wie er es getan hat, zu produzieren. Das endgültige Design, wie wir es heute kennen, kostete alleine schon 1 Jahr Zeit in der Designarbeit. Nähere Infos zum Butterfly-Deck und seiner Entstehungsgeschichte gibt es gleich ebenfalls im Live-Talk. Neben der Magie spielt Ondrej übrigens gerne Brettspiele mit seiner Familie, verbringt viel Zeit mit seinen Freunden und seinen Büchern. Ja, er besitzt eine Sammlung von über 500 Büchern über die Zauberkunst. Weitere Lieben von Ondrej sind das Schauspiel, das Theater, Musicals, klassische Musik und sogar das Golfen. Und das wissen die wenigsten. Ein vielseitiger Mann mit einer einmaligen Geschichte. Nehmen wir das doch mal genauer unter die Lupe. Und in diesem Sinne, moin liebe Freunde und herzlich willkommen zu diesem Livestream. Und ich bin schon nicht alleine, ich habe schon per Skype zugeschaltet jemanden. Tatsächlich wollten wir das eigentlich zusammen machen, aber wir haben da dann doch keinen passenden Termin finden. Aber jetzt haben wir es geschafft. Jetzt kommt der Übergang. And here we are. Yes, we're live. Hey, Ondrej. How
I'm so
are
happy.
you doing?
I'm doing so well. Hi, Matti.
Awesome. Hi. I'm
Hi,
so
everyone.
glad that this worked finally. Yes. All right. Okay. Guys, I hope it's okay for you. From now on, we will stream in English. I hope that's fine for you. I'm pretty sure that if anyone has problems understanding anything, just ask in the chat and we will answer for you. No problem. And everyone's already writing, hi Ondrej, hi Ondrej. Could you do me a favor? Like, could you say your name exactly the way it's supposed to be said? So
Yes.
I will never get it wrong.
Well, if I say it doesn't mean that you never get it wrong, but
I'll try.
Yes. Ondrej
Mhm.
Psenicka.
Ondrej Psenicka.
Yeah, the first name is a little more difficult because
Ondrej.
there's je, which is
Yeah.
really hard.
It's Ondrej.
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 Very good. That was very
Yes.
good.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all right. Yeah. All right.
But you
well,
nailed the last name, so that's good.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I speak a little bit of Russian, so that helps a little bit for like the way the tongue.
Yeah,
you have
of
to set
course.
it in your mouth, right? Okay. So today I prepared some questions. You in the community, you asked us some questions via Instagram, and you can also ask questions here on the live stream chat. Matti says never the name again. Did someone just wrote it there? I'll just from now on say he. No. Yes. So today we will talk about Ondrej. I'll just say Ondrej. I hope that's fine. His path to magic. About his butterfly playing cards, and we will ask many questions that you asked us. I prepared everything. All you have to do is just answer. Like whatever comes to your mind. And let's start with the first question that people were asking us, okay?
Yes.
So the first thing that everyone was asking is... wait, does it work? No, wait a sec. I don't know if it works. Oh no, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Wait 1 second. I prepared a little something. I just want to get it done. So... just give me 1 second. Actually, my computer crashed before I started the stream. That's why it was 2 or 3 minutes late. I wanted to start early on, and suddenly my computer just went down and nothing worked anymore. It's always like that, but I tried my best. So if there's 1 or 2 moments where you have to wait for a little second, forgive me, please. Like this. This should be fine, I hope. Like this and like that. Yes, and that should be perfect. Okay. Yes. Now it works. Okay. Sorry, guys. Sorry for letting you wait. And now, here we go. Yes. Okay. So, what people have been asking is... why doesn't this work? Oh, damn. I don't know why it's not working. Whatever. Okay.
So I
prepared
can
something.
talk in
No,
the
let's do it like
meanwhile.
this. Okay. So the first little question that people have been asking is, do you speak a little bit of German? Like one tiny little bit? Do you know some words in German?
The truth is actually that in elementary school, I learned German for 4 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but that is about 25 years ago.
Okay.
But the first magic sentence I learned was from Beating Trick Cards from Magic Christian.
Yeah.
And that was, warum haben Sie gerade auf diese Karte gezeigt?
Ooh,
Right?
wow. That
Right?
was good. Yes,
So that
yes.
was the first one. And
Yeah.
the second one was, that is a sentence, it's a saying that my grandma used to say a lot. And that is, morgen, morgen, noch nicht heute sagen alle faule Leute.
Yes, yes, that's right. That's a typical grandma sentence. Yeah. Yes. All people are very amazed by that. People Someone just asked, "Can I marry you, Ondrej?" I'm not sure if that works.
Well, I'm not taken yet, so you know.
Okay. All right. So Ondrej can speak German. I didn't even know that. That's cool. So the next time we'll have a
Natürlich.
talk like this. Oh, natürlich, yes. So the next time we have a talk like this, we'll do it in German. Deal.
All right, in 2 years. Give me 2 years.
Yes. All right. I'll give you some time to prepare yourself. So what people have been asking mostly about your magic is, like, the first thing you ask someone is, how do you get started with doing magic? Like, what's your history, and who inspired you? Like, did you have an idol, a role model, a hero?
Well, I started when I was 10, and we don't really know what exactly started it. If I saw something on TV, or if I saw some magic trick, some toy, but I really wanted to do magic. I kind of liked it. So I asked my mom if she knows of some hobby club that would teach magic.
Yeah.
And she found this hobby club in Prague, and there were 2 hobby clubs actually. One was kind of bigger that prepared kids for magic conventions, magic competitions.
Yeah.
And the other one was like more for parents to get rid of their kids for a while.
Okay,
Just to have something to play with.
Yeah,
so
of
that's
course.
the one I went to.
Oh no.
The one, no. But what was good about it is that then at the competitions, I met the kids from the other club, and they were not able to perform simple tricks like cards, and tricks with ropes or silks. They just had feather flowers and, things that they had their stage act. But we, in the hobby club, we learned the total basics.
Okay.
And that I think is much more important.
Yes,
than,
absolutely.
And absolutely, if you want to start, you should, go to normal store, not to a magic store, but a normal store, and get a book for public, right?
Yeah.
That anyone can buy. And so there also you can see all different types of magic, not only cards or something. So you can experiment with what you actually like, right?
Yeah.
And maybe you find out that you like rope tricks, or you like tricks with billiard balls, or you like tricks with matches and stuff.
So you would recommend, not when you first start out doing magic, not to buy like a special magic book, but to buy like something that everyone can buy, so you get a general overview over magic?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like a lot of kids today start with cards only.
Yeah.
It also depends if you want to do cardistry or if you want to do magic.
Yes. Right.
Because sometimes you start with cardistry and get into magic. Sometimes you start with magic and get in the cardistry.
Yeah.
But that's basically what I'm saying. With the book that has general overview about different kinds of magic, you can actually like smell every kind and see what attracts you the most.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, that's right. So you've been talking about cardistry. Are you into cardistry? Like, do you do a little flourishing here and there?
I really like cardistry.
Yeah.
But I am really bad in practicing. I really have to be motivated to learn a slide. I have to have a perfect use for a slide to learn it. Right? I can't just learn a slide to know a slide, to show.
Just for the sake of spending time with it, yeah.
I learned one flourish.
Which was that? You have cards on your desk.
Let me see if I'll be able to do it.
Okay, well, the camera angle is probably really bad.
No, don't worry. I'll find it. What do I have? Let me take out some cool cards here.
Yes, do that, please.
So
which
I'm gonna
ones
ship this.
Uh-huh.
Better, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see.
Those are pretty cool cards, yeah.
Let's see if I'm able to do it. Okay. Oh shit. Okay. It was taught to me by Elliot Terrell.
Oh. Yeah, nice.
That's all.
Nice.
Yeah, I learned it because.
Yes. What's the history?
Because it doesn't turn the one-way orientation of the cards.
Yes.
It looks like it does because there's a lot of turning and stuff.
Yeah.
But it doesn't. It just it keeps the cards in the right way, and that's what I need for the cards.
Yeah. So that's always like a condition for you, that if you want to learn a flourish or something, it has to keep the deck in the one-way direction, right? Yes. Okay.
So if you know any cool flourishes that retain the one-way orientation, like everybody, just let me know.
Yes, guys, think about that. Like, try out the flourishes that you do, and if you realize like it stays not only in order, that's not even that important. It's more important that it stays one way.
Exactly.
Just let us know, maybe via Instagram, and that would be really helpful. Yes, so it doesn't turn over. That's what
right.
we're talking about. We'll talk about why maybe later on. We'll see. Let's just get back to your magic and your history, because I think like it's always important to know where you come from before you can talk about who you are right now. It's always very interesting to look at the history. There's another question by Man TV. He asked,
On TV.
Yes, Man TV. Which magician was like a role model for you? Did you have one, like a personal hero for you who inspired you?
Well, I really like Teller, right?
Teller?
I like everything that Teller does.
Yeah.
I would even say I love everything that Teller does.
Yes.
It's quite brilliant. It's perfect. You know, he's worked on it for so long on everything before anyone ever saw it. And there's so many great things he does that we will never see because he wasn't satisfied with them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's amazing. Copperfield, of course, is fantastic. I love David Williamson. He's crazy, incredible in general. I can't even say I love him because he's funny. I just love him in general. He's just,
That's cool.
Too good.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't have one idol.
Okay. But I think
many.
that's important. Like you can't just stick in one way. Actually, there's people watching my videos, and when I teach a little something here and there, they start saying like, "I always learn my tricks from you," and they mean that as a compliment. And I think that's on one hand, that's a positive thing, of course, but on the other hand, it's very important, and it's out for you guys. You can't just learn from one source, be inspired by one person. It's important to always get the best out of every single one. You always have to choose pick the cherries from a bright mass of people.
Yeah, there's a risk that then you start catching the habits, and then you start
and also the bad habits, right?
Right.
Yeah.
You don't want to be second Hans Klock, right?
That's right.
Or
that's right.
second Matthias Berger.
Yes, you want to be yourself. That's
exactly.
right. Yeah. Another question by Ratti Ratta.
Ratti Ratta.
Do you live off doing magic? Like, is that your main income, or?
So this is interesting. I can say that I make my living performing magic.
Yeah.
But magic is my living. I mean, I make my living with magic because most of my income comes from the cards.
Yeah.
From
the butterfly cards.
The butterflies. And from lecturing and performing.
You're doing lectures like regularly?
Pretty much at conventions, and even like time to time outside of conventions.
Oh, cool. So anywhere around the world, or especially in Czech Republic?
No, mostly outside of Czech Republic. And I'm thinking, when is the last time I lectured in Germany? When is the last time I'm gonna be in Berlin. I'm gonna be lecturing in Berlin in, is it October?
Okay.
I think it's gonna be in October.
Well, so now you know you can't get around that without me being there. Yeah.
Hey, here is a cool question. Why is Ondrej always smiling?
Yes.
And the answer to it is, I'm happy, you know.
Aww. That's a good answer.
I don't have a reason not to smile, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
It would be interesting to know whether he does know Somnium. Of course, obviously. Oh my god.
He does. Well, I think I even, like in Blackpool this year, I think I even gave you one. Isn't that right? Yeah. So Ondrej even has his own Somnium playing cards. So, that's funny, because the next question is going to be about the butterfly playing cards. and it's from Photostyle Studios. And also after his questions, he asked, "What do you think about Somnium?" So we answered that already. Okay. So what he's asking is, so let's talk about like your butterfly playing cards, I guess, because that's what you're, especially on the internet and on the internet magic and cardistry scene, but especially card magic, you're very known for that, right? So he asks, how long did the creation process take? Like, how many years have you been working on it from the first idea until the finished product? And now there's even a new series, a new edition, right, with gold and silver and so on. Like,
But
what's
not yet, but
it's on Kickstarter right now, right? Yes. So what's your story behind that? Because I think that's what people are most interested in.
Well, I wanted to gain respect of magicians at foreign conventions mostly.
Okay.
So I was trying to come up with something that would fool them. And I started playing with the one-way principle, meaning if you have cards that have irregular back design, I have too many cards here.
I know that struggle.
Right?
Yeah.
So in this case, for instance, you can see the star in the middle,
Yeah.
flower, that you can see if it points up or down.
Right.
And if all of them are in the same direction, and they can be even shuffled, right? Because this doesn't change the direction. There's one card is selected, right? So they take the card, and I secretly turn the deck over in my hands, and they take the card, they put them back. So there's only one card that is turned over in the deck. So then, when I go through the cards, I can find the one card that is turned in the deck, and and that's how you find it. So for a lot of magicians, this is such a basic principle that they would not expect you using them.
If you want to fool a magician, you have to do like the most obvious thing, because that's what they won't think about. Yeah.
And so I was playing with this, and I was improving it and improving it and improving it until I came up with many ways how to make it better. And one is that now I don't have to spread the deck, right? Because I see it here where the card is turned, and not only I see where in the deck it is, I also see what card it is, right?
Yes.
So I can immediately say, just by doing this, that it's whatever card. I don't have one turned, but if I turn one and I look, then I see that it's the Queen of Clubs, and I can cut to it, right?
Yes, right.
So that's pretty cool, and that took 4 years until I got to my first functional prototype. That was great. And then I met Stefan Eriksson in 2015 at Conjuring Workshop. It was a workshop with Tom Stone, where we learned how to create magic. It lasted 3 weeks, and those were the 3 my most influential weeks in my career, totally.
I believe that, yeah.
And it was incredible. And right now, actually, I'm in Sweden with Tom Stone, with Stefan Eriksson, and maybe you know Caroline Raven, right?
Yeah.
And we have so many people you might know. You might know Carissa Hendricks. Jade is here. Well, anyway. Awesome magicians.
So you're just
and we're learning.
Spend your
we're
time doing
mostly
magic.
learning theory of magic. And today we were actually crafting, and this is what I made. Look, it's a little purse for cards.
Okay.
It's made of leather.
Yeah.
And I sewn it, and you put cards in it.
Okay.
And
that's cool.
And then you close it, right? And you can put it on your belt. And you carry it.
Yeah. So
I made this.
Hidden extra pockets or something?
No, it's just a purse. It's just a nice,
cool.
little cover.
It's very cool. Yeah.
It's the first. Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, like, you have an idea and you start
Yeah,
doing
but
it
that
because
took
like
4 years, and with
Yeah.
Stefan, it took 1 year to make the design. So it took
Yeah.
us 5 years from the first idea to
Mhm.
the butterfly playing cards.
Yeah. About that, so many people have been asking me, why did you, when you were working on the design with Stefan Eriksson, why did you choose the butterfly? Why not any other animal? Does it have like a special meaning to you, or how
No.
how did you come up with that?
They're pretty.
That's it?
Yeah,
They're
that's
pretty.
it.
Okay, there
It
you
was-
have it.
Yep. It was
Yeah.
supposed to be trees.
Trees?
But yeah, it was
Yeah.
supposed to be trees, with branches coming out like this,
Yeah,
meeting
okay,
in the
okay.
middle. And we were not able to make it work.
Yeah.
So one day I was just thinking, when I think of other designs and I saw the black fontaines were just coming out. It's
Yeah.
like, people love playing cards where there are just two random symbols in the middle. So
Yeah.
why couldn't I take two things and make the marking system in the background? And I had a butterfly on my wall, and I
No,
thought,
really? Okay, so there
butterflies
is
are
some
pretty.
kind of meaning, yeah.
yeah, but it was a gift from an employee of my father
Okay.
that I got. So it was a coincidence,
Yeah.
and I was just thinking of something pretty that
Yeah.
could be on the back of the cards that people would like. And so it was a butterfly, and I thought, well, and flowers are the natural environment
Yeah.
for butterflies. So that was great for making the marking system work.
Okay. Well, actually, like, it's funny to realize all the best ideas that you have. You always get them from like looking out the window or looking at a wall, or you're
Right.
just on the subway and you just see something and it just reminds you of something, and then the idea starts, and then everything else, like it chases you. You have to talk about it. You have to like make that idea reality. But it all started with one little basic thing. Oh no, my camera went out. It's actually very funny how often that happens, right?
Keep your
Like,
eyes open.
Yes, that's what we learned from that. That's very important. So you've seen a butterfly, and that made you think of a design for your cards where you can see on the edges of your cards which card it is that you turned around, where it is, you can cut to the card, and so on and so on. And that all is implemented into the flowers of the background without giving away too much. So Niels is asking you, what kind of IQ does one have to figure that out? Like, you have to be a genius, right? Like, that's what he's asking you. Do you have to be a genius? Are you an absolute genius to come up with something like that? Or are you just very hardworking?
No, the thing is, you just have to stick with the problem longer than everyone else.
Oh,
You just,
that's a good philosophy. Yeah.
never give up, and just don't abandon the problem immediately. Like,
Yes.
I don't know how to do this. Let's do something else. No.
Yeah.
No, just
Yeah.
figure out how to do it.
Be
Because-
patient and just stick to it. Yes.
Everything is possible. I mean,
Yes.
everything has a solution.
It
might-
has, but
might
you have to
take you
find it.
longer. Oh yeah, this is. I think this is one thing that is good to have, and that is patience.
Mhm.
If you're a patient person, then you have an advantage over everyone else.
That's true.
I think.
Yeah, I think so as well. So no matter how patient you are, you want to solve that problem and so on. First, you have to get that idea. You got like an inspiration to use a butterfly because you saw one, but your first idea has to happen in your mind when you have like that moment, oh, I want to fool other magicians. I want to come up with something that magicians won't know how it's done. How do you come up with good ideas? Like, what's your advice, for example, when you come up with a new routine? Like, I buy your butterfly cards and now what to do with them? Like, I have to figure something out for myself. That's my style that I do with this. How do you come up with card magic routines or routines in general?
Well, firstly, you do magic, right? A lot of people think that they will come up with something just by sitting at home. It's good to do magic, and what helps a lot is to find a magic club, to find some friends who do magic, to do magic for each other.
Absolutely.
And another thing is read books, read magic books. That inspires you a lot. And you know, I like first 10 years of my magic career or me in magic, I didn't come up with anything, and certainly not anything good. You first have to have some experience, and then you can just, you know, dream up anything you want, and long just, you know, try to come up with as best effect as possible, as good effect as possible, and then worry about how to do it, you know. And that's how you come up with good stuff. You just figure a good effect, like this is what I want to do. That's one of the things that we do with Tom Stone. We just come up with a way, you know, how the effect should look, and then we try to figure out how to do it.
Method. How can you do it? Yes,
but
that's right.
you know, it is, by the way, I think it's one of the first essays in Tommy Wonder's book, the first book of Wonder, and it is called Mind Movie. Read Mind Movie if you have access to that book.
Mind Movie.
Or go
actually,
to
I have to write that down.
Go to a magic shop if they have the book. Mind Movie.
Okay.
At least I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
V České republice je horko, v České republice je horko, ne, tady je zima. So that was just something I saw something in Czech.
Oh, there was a Czech guy in the chat.
Yeah,
oh,
from
cool.
Penn. I know. V České republice je horko, pořád. I'm coming to Blackpool, yes.
Yes, that was one of the questions that people have been asking so much. Like, can they meet you in Blackpool next year? So we were just talking books. You have a collection of over 500 magic books, right?
That's true, yes.
And you've read all of them, right? Definitely.
Why not?
There's
a lot of them I have only for reference purposes. So it's like catalogs of magic magazines, or books that have a lot of magic tricks in them. So what I use a lot is Dennis Berger's Conjuring Archive. I don't know if everyone knows that, but everyone should know the conjuringarchive.com.
Yes.
And because that is basically a collection of tables of contents of a lot of books. And you put, for instance, oil and water, and it shows you where different versions of oil and water in which books it is.
Yes, that's
and
right.
I see which of the books I have, and then I go and look them up. So that's great. So I have a lot of books for reference purpose like that. And then I have a few books that I read cover from cover. Let's say I read about 20, 30 of them cover to cover. And my favorite books are magic books on theory.
Yes.
Because if you learn a magic trick, you learn one magic trick. But if you learn one principle from magic theory, you improve all the tricks you already know, right?
Yes, I agree 100%.
So my top favorite book
is,
or I should say the two top favorite books. First is from Arturo de Ascanio. It was edited by Jesus Echeverri. The book is called Structural Conception of Magic.
Yes.
It's the first volume of a 4-volume series. And it was published in Spain by Páginas Libros. And it's a great book. It's amazing book. And the second I would recommend is Designing Miracles by Darwin Ortiz.
Yeah.
Also theory, you will learn some magic effects there as well. But those are as examples. and it's a fantastic book about how to make your magic more magical.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. It's fantastic.
And also, Tamarith is very important too, I guess, right?
Yeah, learn or read 5 Points in Magic.
Yeah.
I think that's the first
Just
book.
wanted to say that. Yeah.
Definitely.
Actually, I think you even on your website, I think you have like some book recommendations of yours, which you like very much, right? I've seen that today, and I was like, oh, that's very cool. Like that's all the highlights that one needs.
If you go to my website, which is ondrejpsenicka.com, my name, first name, last name.com, there is Learn Magic. So you click on Learn Magic, and in the bottom of that page, there's recommended magic literature.
Yeah.
And that gets you to a page where there are different books for different categories of magic that I made a compilation of what I recommend or what my friends recommend. And yeah, there's plenty of books. There's recommendations for everyone.
Cool, very good. Now that's like what people always ask me about, and I can always say the same 2, 3, 4, 5 books, right? Like you can't have 100 highlights, 100 favorites that you can recommend. So it's always good to have new perspectives. Other people like other books more than others do, right? So it's that's very good. Actually, Alex just made a super chat. And he said the gold and black butterflies are definitely the most beautiful cards ever produced. That's what he just said. Yeah.
It makes me happy.
Yes.
Thank you.
So
I
an even
think it might be
brighter
true.
smile. Yeah.
Also, I just saw a suggestion of Squarespace, which is Flourish, and that's from Boy of Anonymous. And I thank you. I'm gonna check it out.
Squarespace. Keep that in mind. I'll remind you of that. So we've heard very much about your view on magic, what you think is the best way to start out with magic, and magic can do a lot to the life of someone. Magic can open paths to you that you never would have been able to walk. And in your case, magic even brought you onto American national television, into Penn and Teller Fool Us.
Yes.
And
yes.
You've been there this year again for a second time, and there was a question. People went mad about that question. You have no idea how many times I got that question on Instagram.
Yes, it's real. It is real.
Did you really eat that bug?
Yeah.
Was it real? Yeah. And what did it taste like? And especially why?
So this is kind of interesting story. And this is how I think also. So I was on a tour last year in June. I drove in my car from Prague over Torino, through Montpellier in France, and also through Bern in Switzerland. And I went to Spain, to Barcelona, to Madrid, and to Portugal and back in my car. And in Montpellier, I stayed with my friend Olivier Fleuret, and we went to a restaurant he used to work in. And that restaurant, it was a buffet, and they had scarab beetles, they had crickets, and they had silkworms on like little desserts, right? And they also
desserts.
they also had a kangaroo meat and ostrich meat, and strange things like this.
Yeah.
And I had to try it all, right?
Of course.
And he was intrigued by that. And they were selling little bags, like chips, little bags of crickets and silk. And he just bought me one of each flavor, like 4 packs of silkworms.
Yeah.
And I thought, what am I gonna do with that? I have to come up with a magic trick that uses those.
Oh God, yeah.
And in about 2 or 3 weeks after that in Portugal, where my friend Philip, he's working in this really nice resort.
Yeah.
So for about 30 of their guests, I performed a show. And in that show, for the first time, I had the bug. And in my show, actually, what I do is that I make one person from the audience to eat the bug.
No way.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
First, I
okay.
eat it, and then they, to gain superpowers, they have to eat the bug. But I never forced them. I just offered the bug.
Okay.
So there is a question, how many times people refuse the bug?
Yes.
And the answer is that out of, I believe, about 100 performances I've done with the bug, it happened once that they
someone
refused.
Okay.
Everybody eats the bug. It's basically, and it was in early stage when they refused the bug. Since then I figured out subtleties. It is impossible not to eat the bug.
How do you use a subtlety to convince someone to want to eat a bug? How do you do that?
Because they just know that there is no other way, one, and second, they know it's safe. They know nothing's going to happen to them, and they also know that I don't mean any harm, and they know it's for entertainment purpose, and they know they're going to be heroes if they do it.
Yes,
and
that's right.
You know?
That's right.
And this is a good story. Recently, I went to Moscow.
Yeah.
I performed in at their convention, and so I decided I'm gonna do something like really crazy.
Oh no!
What was it?
Oh no!
I had. Oh Jesus! Was it a? What is it? Oh yeah. These were not so in on Fulas. I had like scarab beetles like this big.
Yeah.
But in Moscow, they were like this big.
Oh, okay.
You know, it was a big bug.
Yeah.
And so it didn't even fit. You know that little box that I had on Fulas, the wooden box. There were 3 scarabs. I couldn't even fit 2 in the box because they were so huge.
Oh my god.
And I just offered the bug to the guy, and he just looked at me and said, okay. And he took it and ate it immediately. Like I didn't have to do anything. And from the audience, someone said, "Welcome to Russia." It was so awesome.
Oh my god, perfect.
That was so great.
Oh my god.
So nobody ever refuses now. It's just, it's fun and it's great, you know. And everybody wants to kind of try it, even though they say, no, I would never eat it. But you know, there's a temptation. And crickets are actually good. Crickets are very good.
Yes.
They taste like little nuts. But the scarab beetles are not very good. But they're very crunchy. And, you know,
they're very the thick, like the outer layer, right? I guess that's what makes it so bad. But actually, yes, crickets are very good and also very healthy. Like I studied food chemistry, right? And I wrote my bachelor thesis on insects as food for animals and also for humans, and about the health issues with that, and many ecological stuff and so on and so on. And yes, crickets are up to 70% protein. So if you want to grow muscle, just do Ondrej's magic routines and you'll be buff.
Right. The crickets I had are 49%.
Yeah, but still, like, it's double the amount of chicken breast or something, right? So.
Oh wait, give me a second.
Oh no.
I'm just gonna take something.
Oh no. Okay, Freunde, ich habe die Theorie, dass er jetzt was holt. Was sind Crickets auf Deutsch? Crickets are in German Grillen.
I remembered that.
What's happening now?
You know, even though I'm in Sweden, so.
Oh no, don't do that.
These are barbecue crickets.
Barbecue crickets. Okay. Oh my god, that's so many.
These are curry flavored.
Okay.
And you see there is a 7-gram protein.
Yeah.
It's a 15-gram package. So it's 49% protein.
But like, do you eat so many crickets? Like, is that like one meal for you?
No,
like,
no.
Can it be? Can it be?
I don't actually eat them like normally.
Yeah, but I mean, could it be? Do you know that? Like, how many do you have to eat until like you're not hungry anymore? You have to eat like a lot, right?
I don't think you would eat this for lunch. But it's great for environment. Yeah. It's a sustainable source of food, and it's so good. Yeah. It's really the food of future, as you know.
Absolutely. So for the first time you've been on Fulas, like you did your typical butterfly routine. So you used your butterfly deck to achieve that. You went there a second time, and now your butterfly cards are internationally known, and you knew you couldn't fool Penn and Teller just using them a second time, right? So you did something totally different that didn't use it, but it looked like you used it, right? And you covered that with eating a beetle and a second one.
Yeah.
Are you planning on going there a third time? And if yes, how are you planning on fooling them again? Because what are you gonna eat then? Like a snake or spiders? In December, I tried scorpion, very good, and I still have a zebra tarantula at home, ready for me to eat it. Oh my god! No!
I still didn't find the right moment to do it. God. But no, I'm not planning on going for the third time. I'm not planning.
Why is that?
But to be honest with you, I didn't plan on going for the second time either.
Yeah.
So you never know what's going to happen. But right now, I have no ambition to go there for the third time.
Okay, I understand. And why are you like 100% sure I don't want to go there? Is there a particular reason, or do you just want to focus on other?
I don't feel like I have something to show, you know.
Okay.
If something comes up and I see like, this might be interesting for the show, then yes, let's go and do something on the show. But you know, the first effect I did, once I realized this would be perfect for Fulas. It wasn't like I was looking for something I would do on Fulas, but this was the perfect effect for Fulas when Allison would do most of it. So it would make Allison look good. I saw myself sitting next to Teller watching Allison fool Penn.
Yeah. And
that was the first image I saw. And I saw, oh my god, like the producers are gonna love this. Yeah. It's a card trick. They don't love card tricks really because they have so many, but it's so different, right?
True.
So I knew this is great for Fulas, and I just auditioned with it for Fulas. And the second time, I didn't want to do anything, and I met the producers in Spain at a great convention, Magia al Dia. It's the best Spanish convention. And they were there, the producers of Fulas, auditioning for the show. And I showed them a few more tricks because they asked me, so what else do you have, Ondrej? Do you want to come again? Yeah. So I showed them something, and there was this one effect that I do that they liked. But I didn't know how to make it interesting. And then we worked on it, and we wrote a script, and we rewrote it, and we rewrote it again. And the producers helped me so much.
Okay.
So what you see on TV is a big part of how they wrote it, rewrote it, reshaped it. Michael Close, also the main consultant on the show, helped me a lot. And it's incredible experience. You know, if you think you have something for Fulas, make a video and email to fulascasting@gmail.com and just send it.
So now you know about it. Now you know how to get into Penn and Teller Fullers,
Yeah,
right?
I'm totally serious. They're looking for talent. They're looking for good tricks, good effects, and good performances first. It doesn't have to be fooling, but if it's a good show, if it's good for TV, you know, if you are a boring performer, don't do it. Don't send them anything.
Yeah.
But if you're entertaining, if you have something you think that would look good on TV, send your video to fooluscasting@gmail.com.
Okay, so all you have to do is just eat some beetles and then it will work. Yeah. No. Thanks very much. Like, that was very clarifying, I think, for many people, because you always wonder, what does it look like behind the scenes, right? Like, before it's going on TV, what's the process that's happening in before? So I think that brought like more light into that darkness. So thank you very much for that. I'm reading many people asking, and also I've got that question on Instagram. You've had your first butterfly edition and you got much popularity with that, and right now there's the Kickstarter campaign for your second one, right? The golden and the silver ones, and actually I hold them in my hands. They're amazing. I can only recommend them. People have been asking, like, when the Kickstarter campaign is finished, is there still a way to get them? Like, will they also be in some shops or in your own shop or something?
They will be in shops beginning November, December, but only the decks on Kickstarter will be numbered. All decks on Kickstarter will have numbered seals.
Yeah.
So that's something interesting. And I'm actually planning something that will be available only for the Kickstarter campaign, and because I'm planning on releasing it in next year sometime, probably sometime in the middle of summer. But this is going to be only for the campaign, only for the people who contribute to the campaign, and it's
to the one that's running right
something
now.
really cool. And since we have the last 48 hours of the campaign, I'm going to announce it very soon. But it will be available only for people who contribute to the campaign.
For those who contribute to the one that's running out now.
The Kickstarter, yes.
Okay. Yes. Okay, so that's something
also,
new that's gonna come. Yeah.
I wanted to share something special because, so there are the silver cards, right?
Yes. The silver ones and the
silver
gold ones.
That are gilded silver.
Yeah.
There are also the gold ones.
Yes. Those I have actually like right there. You can even see them if you want to see them. Yes.
And they have also foil on the face cards.
Yes.
Cool. And now we unlocked a new deck, third one.
A third one.
Which is black and white.
Okay.
But it has black gilding. The edges are black.
That works.
So
I've been talking to Cardamone about that a little bit, but I didn't know that black would work.
Okay. So I don't have a black and white one. I have the black gilding on the silver one, but this is what it looks like.
Oh my god! Yeah, that's so cool.
Right.
And like, you don't see any of the markings from the spectator's perspective. Crazy. So that's the very most important advantage of the gilding. So can you talk like a little bit like about the process? I think you explained it to me, like it's like ironing on the edges of the card.
Yeah. So that's kind of what I understood. I still haven't seen it because I wanna go to the factory and actually see exactly how it's done, because I have some ideas how the gilding could be used in Magic.
Yeah.
So I want to know if we can control some things. But so there's a big pile of the cards, and I think they sand it first to be a little rougher. Then they put like a leaf, the shiny leaf, the silver or gold, and then they somehow like apply heat to it. They iron it or something like that, and then they again they smooth it out.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic. The
Yeah.
things that you can do with it, you don't even know how much it's amazing. It's so good.
So,
I'm
like, what's the main purpose of that? Except for that, it looks amazing. Like, how is it functional?
well, yes, it hides the marking system.
It hides
Right.
the marking system. Yes. So,
And
in case you didn't know, the markings are on the edges of the cards.
Right.
So the gilding stops people from seeing that there's any kind of marking, and only you can see it from your magician's perspective, but the spectators won't see it. But also you can do more with that, right?
Yeah. Yes, you
Like,
can.
if you don't want to talk about it in public, don't.
No.
But,
Since again, we can't really control it, but since the cards, the gilding is done by hand, it's not symmetrical. So they also work as like stripper deck, right? It's a very subtle, but so for instance, I have the Queen of Hearts. Yes, I put it in, I shuffle, right, and you can't see anything, you can't feel anything, but if you just go with your fingers like so. Is it on top?
oh, it's on top.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's on the bottom, so I'm just gonna cut it in the middle.
Yeah, cut in the middle. Yes, there it is. That's crazy.
It's 2 cards.
Yeah, but still, that's crazy. Like, I
yeah.
tried it myself.
Yep.
A stripper deck, I guess it's like almost 1 millimeter of
Yeah.
edge that you can pull. Like, for this, it's
This
point
is
0.1 or
Yeah.
something. 0.1 or even less. Like, it's so little you can't see it, but it works somehow. I don't know why.
Sometimes
very
they are
cool.
even end strippers, so it's on the
That's cool.
on the short side.
Yeah, you could actually like palm a card off like sideways without people
And
seeing that.
sometimes they're even corner shorts, so they're on the corner.
Yeah.
There's a little, but
Yeah.
it's not guaranteed. But it's
Yes.
most of the decks work like this.
But like
So-
it can always happen, so that's why you don't promote it as like it has a stripper function,
right.
because
But,
it's
you know,
not
it's a-
100%.
It's a happy accident, I would say,
Yeah.
and
Happy
that's
little
why I want to
accident,
why I want to go to the factory and find
Yeah.
out if we can control it, if we can do it on purpose.
Yeah. Oh, it's always interesting to go there. Like, actually, I live in Düsseldorf now, right? Wait, what's that? So, no, that's the. It's a card clip.
The card clip from Ryan
That's
Edwards,
cool.
and these
Yes.
are actual cards that are put on the clip. It's
So
not
is it
printed.
like it's separated, like only the outer layer of the card?
Yes.
Split, and then
I'm not sure how he does it, but I think that's how he does it.
That's
And
cool.
he puts it on it, and it's sealed, and
Yeah.
every single clip is unique because of the layout. He lays everything.
So it's always handmade.
Yeah. And
Cool.
I have silver and gold. They're also available
Nice.
on Kickstarter. They're super expensive, but they're super good quality.
Yeah.
And they're made by Ryan Edwards in Canada, and they're just so good, and they just look amazing. Anyway,
Cool.
sorry, just
No,
wanted
it's
to
very cool. No, very, very cool. So, you've been talking about, like, you have some stuff coming up that you will release. You will talk about releasing it within the next few days,
few hours.
right? A few hours, even. Is there any other future projects or something that you can talk about already? Like, is there anything else that people can look forward to in the next, I don't know, weeks, months, years? What's your plan?
I'm gonna be performing in the end of Penn and Teller show on October 1st. So if you
Yeah.
want to come to Vegas, see me.
Okay. So that's the
October
one
1st.
that you won by fooling them in the season, or?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be my second time on the show.
Cool.
Previous is 2 years ago in September.
Yeah. What was it like? Like you
was-
were opening their show, right?
it's amazing. You know, there's 1,000 people in the audience, and you are not opening the show.
Oh, you're not opening.
Closing the show.
Oh no!
Yeah.
The pressure.
No, it's amazing. Like Penn, in the beginning of their show, he basically says, "We are just an opening act for him." Right.
Oh my God! Yeah, such an honor.
And in my case, it wasn't just me. It was two of us, two foolers.
Okay.
So what I did was I closed for Penn and Teller and opened for Richard Turner.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. Oh, that's crazy.
So that's a good
crazy.
combo.
I can't imagine like what you felt like.
It was so great.
Yeah.
It was so great.
Which act did you do? Like, what did you do on stage?
I did the effect with headphones. I just didn't use Allison because she wasn't there, and I didn't use Penn, but I just brought a couple from the audience, and
Oh, that's cool too.
the man did it for his girlfriend, basically.
Aww.
And yeah, it was really nice.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Very cool, very cool.
I can't wait to be back.
I imagine that. Cool. Oh, that's crazy. That's really crazy. You have a very interesting story. But looking back, like, you've been doing magic for how long now? How many
23 years.
23 years. So, looking back at all those years of magic, is there anything, if there was one thing about your career that you could change, would there be something that you would change? Is there anything that you would have done differently, or are you just completely happy that everything went the way it went because now you are where you are?
Exactly. Yeah, I'm really happy with the way it is right now, and I believe if I would change anything, it could be differently. So there's no reason. I don't regret anything. I don't feel like anything would be better if something did not happen. Well, you know, I had a magic mentor.
Yeah.
Evan Allen, you talked about him in the
in the intro.
beginning. Yeah, in the intro. And he was my teacher from when I was 12 until I think I was 16 for 4 years. And then he passed away. He had lung cancer. And so maybe things would be better if he lived longer. You know?
Yeah.
Things would move faster. But on the other hand, maybe I wouldn't come up with this stuff because I wouldn't be forced to think on my own much more, you know?
Yeah, like sometime...
I don't know. Maybe I would. Maybe I wouldn't. I have no idea. But that's the only thing I can think of. Really.
But is there any... Like, I mean, doing mistakes is very important for your learning and growing progress, right? You have to do a mistake so you can learn from that.
Absolutely.
And so that's why I personally, and I guess what I heard from you, you were the same way concerning your philosophy about that. I always appreciate a mistake because I learn a lesson from that. But still, is there like any mistake that you learned from that you can tell all the young people watching right now that start out doing magic? Like maybe they're doing magic for a year, maybe for a month. And is there anything that you did wrong that maybe cost you some time? Maybe you spent years doing something wrong and then you realized you could have saved all those years. From your experience, is there any mistake that you
No,
can
I
talk
can
about?
I can just give you some advice that made things for me better.
Yeah.
One thing is study English.
Yes.
German
So
is
important.
great. There's a lot of great magic books in German.
Yeah.
For us Czech people, it's a little worse because we don't have many good magic books in Czech.
Yeah.
And that was what my magic mentor told me. Learn English because 95% of magic literature is in English.
Yeah. Like that's what I'm talking about also all the time. I'm reading all my books also in English, and people start criticizing you in Germany you're getting criticized for that. Why don't you use the German word? Why do you learn that in English? But I think it's important to have an open mind, because the more you learn in another language, the more you can also perform that way, right? And you can always get more knowledge because there's thousands of books in English and hundreds in German, for example, right? So you always have to get as many sources as possible, as we talked about before, like an hour ago. We've been talking about having more inspirations, more sources of knowledge. And I really appreciate you saying that. But you had more advice that you wanted to give. Learn in English, and I didn't want to interrupt you.
Yeah, learn English, and then do other things than magic as well. Go to movies, go to the movies, go to theater, go to concerts. Do things that you don't think you're gonna like. Go see opera, go see ballet. Play sports, do other things, because that makes you unique, and that makes your magic unique.
Yes.
Because everything you do will reflect in how you do magic.
Yeah, magic should always be about your character and not about the effects that you present, right? It should always be the magician and the magic, but not like that's the words that I learned from a book and I will tell you now, and that's my sleight of hand that I'm doing while telling you that, right? Like I don't know if you can understand what I'm.
Well, I think it should be you as a character. I don't know if character is the right word, but it just should be you. It should be you. You know, that's also what Tamaris says. As we know, Robert Houdin said that a magician is an actor playing the role of a magician.
Yeah.
But it's not an actor, because it's me. It is me doing magic. It is not me being a magician doing magic, but it's me doing magic. And you can be a character. You can be an like a bigger version of yourself.
Yeah.
But the character always comes from within you, right?
Yes.
So,
true.
But to create all that, just do other things and have friends outside of magic as well.
Yeah, that's very important. Like, people have been asking you in the chat, I don't know if you've read that, like, do you have friends that do magic as well? Like, are you only friends with magicians and so on? Yeah, I would definitely recommend that as well. You should always have a life outside of magic, because if you're only magic, you lose all the, I don't know, like all the passion other than magic, right? Which influences.
Yeah, that just it's a flavor that you put.
Yeah, perfect. That's put it perfectly. It's a flavor that you have to add.
Gregor asked, I don't know if you can tell it, but do Penn and Teller get the performances explained after the show? Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they do. And I think it's good. I think it's good for their own sense, because when they're fooled, they sometimes feel like it wasn't just. It were that they were not actually fooled. So if you actually tell them how it was done, they say, okay, we were fooled. This is great, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, the show is great. And Penn and Teller really don't know who's coming up until the very moment they come up on stage. They have no idea what's happening. Everything crew, the producers of the Foolas are putting together. And they have no idea. Nothing is arranged. It's a great show that all the rules, everything is not only good to Penn and Teller, but good to the performers.
Yeah.
I've heard many magicians saying that the way they're treated, the way they're taken care of, is the best out of all TV shows they've ever done. It's amazing. Like, the experience is so great.
That's good to hear.
Do you like scarabs? Not really, They're not very good. When did you realize magic is a career for you? Oh,
Yes.
wow.
When?
Yes. Wow. Okay, this is a great question.
Absolutely.
Because thank you. Who put yes? Petros Tatsis. That's a great question. So I wanted to learn acting to be a better
Yes.
magician. So I
Oh,
started
so
studying.
you wanted to do acting only for your magic?
Yes.
Okay.
So I was doing magic forever, right? And then I wanted to learn acting because I thought it's going to make me a better magician. And then I got sucked in the world of theater and film, and I stayed there for 8 years. I studied acting for 6 years, and in the middle for 2 years I did theater and TV and film. And I've never stopped doing magic. I would always do magic. And I was struggling, who am I? Am I a magician or am I an actor?
Okay.
And after those 8 years, that's when I realized I'm going to be a magician. That's going to be my career. Because when I did acting, I thought that I'm neglecting my magic career, like my magic part. Because when I did acting, not always I would do magic. Sometimes I would put magic in my like in theater or so.
Yeah.
But in magic, I always have to do. By doing magic, I'm gonna always do what I love. Live stream offline.
Oh really? Wait, now, yeah, it was
Is it my
offline
problem?
it was offline for
Oh, now we're good.
3
Okay,
seconds,
sorry.
and now we're good. Yeah, there was a lag on the internet, I think. I don't know. But
How did you like the act from Kostya Kimlat? Amazing! He's great. Love Kostya. He's super nice as well. Yeah, so that's when I realized that I want to do magic forever because I don't miss anything when I do magic.
Yeah.
I do everything I love. So that was 2014, I believe.
Oh, so you're like focusing on doing magic as a career since 5 years now. So since then,
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so. But I did magic professionally for 1 year after high school, for instance. When I was 20. And so.
And then you started doing a business school, and then you dropped out of that and started the acting career, right?
You know everything about me, stuff.
Yes, I know so much about you. For example, I also know, people have been asking if you prefer stand-up or close-up magic, and actually I think you started out with doing stand-up magic, right? And not doing close-up. I think I've seen that in an interview with you.
I started as a stage magician, doing stage competitions.
And that's always like I think most of the time you start out doing close-up magic, right? Many people start doing, for example, cards, and they just go to their families and parents and friends and so on. You always start that feeling of close-up magic.
Right.
What was your story? Why did you start with stand-up, and which do you prefer?
I think it was because of the time. Because now we start with close-up magic because we have YouTube and we can learn all the small tricks on YouTube. But when I started doing magic, there was no YouTube. And this is the way to do it. And like the close-up competitions in Czech Republic were bad. I went to see a close-up competition and I didn't like anything. It was boring. And all that was nice was stage competitions. So I did stage magic because, that was fun and I really liked it. And it wasn't until I started going to Kim Club, which was in 2000, it was renewed. It's been around for 60 years, but now it was newly established in 2000. And I started going there in the end, December 2000. And that was focusing on close-up magic. In 2001, we did the first close-up competition. And that was the first time I did a close-up competition. And that was the first time I practiced close-up magic for a competition. And that was great. that was amazing, and that's when I got hooked into close-up. So that was 2001.
And what do you prefer now? Like, what do you enjoy doing more? Close-up or stand-up?
I still feel like I would be a better stage magician than a close-up magician if I invested the time to do stage, because stage...
Oh, stage takes so much time.
Yeah, it
takes so much time.
It's not like in close-up, you can come up with a new, really good act every year, I think. But a really good, stage act. Look at Miguel Munoz, the current FISM winner. He's been working on that act for 14 years or so, 15 maybe, probably.
Crazy,
now 15. And it's incredible.
Yes, it's amazing.
Yeah, but I really want to do the stage act. So yeah. Are we still online? Because now it's just, maybe it's my problem here on the...
So from my perspective, like, my computer is sending, I'm streaming.
Okay,
so
alright.
If there's
That's
any
probably on
lags,
my
I
side,
guess that's maybe yours right now.
Sorry. Ondrej,
no
you play golf, right? What's your
Yes.
handicap? I golf too, and my handicap is 52. I think my handicap is 20. But I haven't played for a long time.
I have no idea what any of that means. Like, I've never played golf in my entire life. I've played mini golf, yeah, but also that I have no idea about it. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Also, someone asked, why do I care so much about nature?
Yes.
And the answer is, because we are nature. We are nature.
Of course, we're part of it.
Everybody should care about nature. Jesus Christ.
Yes, like you can't not care about it, because we all are dependent of that. Yeah. Absolutely. Was the system of the butterfly cards just your idea, or did someone help you? Yeah.
It's no, like, nothing is just my idea. I studied so many books that I can't say that something was just my idea. But if anyone told me this is it, actually. So if you read my book, there is a chapter on it. The first chapter, it's called Hunting the Butterflies. It tells you the whole history, how I came up with it.
Yeah.
And the one-way marking system is inspired by Jeff Busby's book, The Secret of the Palmettos. Yeah. That's where I first started bringing these things, connecting the dots, and making this marking system. And the two-way marking system, that Bill Kalush helped me with that a lot by pointing me at the Wonder Deck. Bill Kalush, by the way, is the man who is running the Jerry Nugget Kickstarter right now. Yeah. So it's funny because we are parallel, butterfly Kickstarter and Jerry Nuggets.
Yeah.
And that's Bill Kalush, who actually helped me with the two-way marking system by pointing me to the Wonder Deck that was marketed in 1915 by Theodore Deland. Wonder Deck, and that was the first printed deck where you were able to cut to any card called for.
Right. Yeah, like, it's always important to know the history. Like I said that in the beginning as well, it's always very important to know where something comes from, where you come from, and where an idea comes from. Because like it maybe you got the inspiration from that book and from that book and from that book, but what you did it, nobody else did it that way, the way you did it, right? So you created something unique in your own special way, and everyone else can do that as well. Yeah. Everyone else can create something in their own way and gain popularity with that, be very successful with that, only if you stick with that idea and be patient and work on that for years and years and years. It's so important because there's so many people that try to get so fast with everything. Like, if it doesn't work out, after the first and after the second try they drop off everything and start something new. That's also very interesting for me to see. Like I'm doing YouTube now for 11 years.
Wow.
And in those 11 years, of course, there's always many people dropping off the channel, unsubscribing, new people visiting the channel, and so on and so on. You always have a new community. Like today, the community is another one that was yesterday. It's different now. And but there's always people, and you even recognize their names, right? That are there from the beginning. And after all those years, they're still trying to get more into magic or into whatever. There's always those people that spend years in doing that, and those people, and like I can only advise that to every one of you out there, if you stick with something for years and be patient about it, you will be a master in that. But
That's
only if you spend all those years, like you've seen Ondrej, it took him 5 years from the idea until the finished butterfly cards, for example. So it always takes time, but you shouldn't.
Ivan Ertl, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Ivan Ertl is coming to my workshop in Berlin. He's excited.
Yes.
I'm excited.
Yes.
It's gonna be great.
Cool. When is that gonna be?
Ivan, when is it? Do you know? I have it in my calendar in my phone. So.
All right. Maybe you can tell me. Maybe I can come to Berlin then as well. Yeah. Oh, what's your opinion to Card College? Someone asks.
Card College book.
Yes, the card by Roberto Jobbi.
Amazing.
Yes. Okay.
It's those are great books. The fifth one is advanced for me, so I haven't read it much. But especially the first and second volume was very inspiring.
Yeah. The first two are very important, and I always recommend that to you guys. And another time, read them. Read them. It's completely worth it. Your money and your time. Petros Tatsis is asking, do you know Olli Mieling?
I don't think I've ever met Olli, but we've talked to each other many times online, and he even he showed off the butterflies recently.
Yes, yeah.
And he's very, very good magician. He does some super cool stuff. Yeah. And his membership program, I heard, is just so great. I saw some of the videos he does there, and that's crazy. It's amazing. I have no idea how it's done. I'm tempted to subscribe.
Yeah, no, with Olli, it's just crazy to see the way he sees magic, because like I think I've like once I was editing a video, it was 4 a.m. in the morning, and suddenly my phone was ringing and it was Olli, and I was like, hi, why are you calling at 4 a.m? And he was like, oh, you're awake, nice, I have an idea. And he just talked about that idea. We've been talking about that for an hour, and I was like, okay, bye, have a good night. So and also he's so kind with sharing stuff before he puts it in his membership. To him, it doesn't matter about like, oh, I want to sell the secret, I want to make much money off that or something, but to him it's like, I want to do something good for the magic industry. And I think that's a very important feat that one can have, to want to give something positive, because the more positivity you give, the more you gain in return, right? So the more you give, the more you get back. And I really like that philosophy about magic and about life in general. And also, at this point, I want to say thank you to you for having the time to do this talk, right? To share your ideas, your experience, your advice with the people, because for you, that's also giving by investing your time in that. And I think reading this chat, you got much of that positivity back, right? Yes.
Yeah, everyone is so lovely.
Someone says the workshop is going to be in November, so he knows more about it.
Oh yeah, so it's November. Cool. Amazing. I'm excited.
November 9th, actually.
9th.
Okay.
Perfect. So if anyone else wants to get there,
yeah,
please do. Where can we find it, actually? Anyone knows?
What? What?
Where do we subscribe? Where do we sign up for the workshop?
To the workshop, yes.
Because I was never interested. When do I sign up for my workshop? So
Okay.
I don't know.
So we have to find out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess you can just Google it and find out. Aaron actually, he did a donation before, and he wanted to tell you that you're a big inspiration for him, and that he really likes your cards and your magic, and he just wants to say thank you for being that inspiration to him.
Aaron, thank you.
Yes. Is there any other questions, guys? Just let us know in the chat. Ondrej, do you have some time left to answer two or three
I
more
have
questions?
so much time. I have all the time in the
Alright.
universe.
Perfect.
I'm just like, time to time I'm watching the campaign. How are things going?
Yes, that's important.
And we are 8% to our next stretch goal, which are little pins. We're gonna have little pins, and I haven't told anybody, but everyone who's pledging for a break and more of the cards will get it for free.
Nice.
As a little token of appreciation for the contribution to the campaign.
Yes.
And otherwise they're just gonna be $5. So
cool.
It's fun.
Very cool. It's also so cheap. People have been asking the entire chat, the entire stream. We're streaming for 1.5 hours now almost. Like, it was non-stop, always there. Can you show us a card trick or a magic trick?
Of course.
A little something. No pressure.
What could I do? Okay, so here's the thing. Everybody knows me as a card guy, right?
Most people do, I guess, yeah.
Yep. But I started on stage, and when I do close-up magic, for like performances, my most favorite close-up effect is, now where is it? This.
Okay. What's in there?
It's from Shudogawa. I got these from him because this is from the first production, and they are the most quality, but these were the last ones he had, and those are the amazing, incredible ninja rings. So this is my most favorite effect that I do. Yeah. And that's because for two reasons. It's amazing because something happens really fast. I always open with it. That's my first effect that I show.
Oh, really?
And secondly, there is another effect and another effect and another effect. So more people are coming and interesting because something is happening all the time. And it is just so, it looks unreal. It's amazing. Right.
You're centimeters away from the camera, and it looked so. What? That's crazy.
Well, that's the basic
Absolutely
effect.
crazy.
I'm not gonna be showing you the whole routine.
Yeah.
But
Of course.
it's the basic effect.
Cool.
Also.
But that's crazy. Like, you're centimeters away and you don't see
So
anything.
it's called Ninja Rings, if anyone is interested, and it's by Shudogawa. It takes a while until it looks like this.
Yeah.
Or, it's this is something that you really can do. 3, 2, 1. Right? It's crazy. So it takes
really
a while until it looks like this. But
I mean, like,
totally worth it.
How do you react? Like, so much exposure happened to the Chinese rings, like the Chinese ring linking. how do you react when people are like, oh, I know how it's done, it's this and that, and they want to examine
Yeah,
it, and they want
it's done, of course. Yeah, there's a hole, but how can you explain the way
Yes.
it looks?
Yes.
You know, I even sometimes say it. We all know how it's done,
Yeah.
but you are watching it, and you see just 2 rings melt
Yes.
together.
Because like it's not like you're not 1, 2,
One.
3, but
Yeah.
you're like this. They're on top of each other, and then they just link.
Yeah, it's
That's
just
cool. Yeah,
it's so
that's
great.
crazy.
It's really my favorite close-up routine.
Cool.
They're not even. I don't know of any butterfly trick with butterfly cards that I would like better than the ninja rings. I love ninja rings.
Thanks for that presentation. Really, thank you very much.
Oh, my pleasure. Absolutely.
Actually, there was a question that I think was very interesting because you told me something about that in Blackpool. Like that's especially for the young people that have the dream of doing magic for a living, full time. How did your parents and your family react when you told them about your plans, your dream, that you're going to America, studying there, you want to be a magician? What did they say?
Yeah,
to that?
my mom was always a great support. My father always thought that it's just a hobby,
Yeah.
and that one day I'm just gonna be doing some economics, you know.
Yeah.
And I think that now, when the butterflies took off and I did Fool Us, and there was some media coverage of my person in Czech Republic,
Yeah.
he realizes that I'm probably on the right track finally. But for a long time, he thought that I'm just gonna give up on everything and get a real job, you know.
Yeah, I guess that's what all of us heard, like
Yeah.
the entire youth,
Yeah.
all the teenage years. Yeah, but still, that's a very inspiring story. Thank you for that. And also, I think everyone can really appreciate that you stayed humble about it, right? Like you're not like, okay, now I took off, but you're still down to earth, and that's always important. And I really appreciate that about you.
You know, there's the best magicians in the world are the nicest people.
Yeah.
And you know, I don't see a reason why it should be any other way somehow. It's just the magic community is just fantastic. So everyone's so nice, so sharing, and you know, we just share something very special. This hobby is very special. It's the most special hobby out of all the hobbies.
Yeah.
And you know, it resonates throughout the community. I love it.
Of course, you always have like, in German you say you have, I don't know, do you say that in English as well? You have black sheep, like there's always.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you say that in English as well, right? Like you always have, of course, single individuals. Damn, that's hard to pronounce as a German. You always have single individuals that like pull negativity into the community. You always have that, but I also think in general, the magic community is very supportive to each other. When you have a question, there's always someone who has the answer.
Yeah.
There's always people who know so much about it, and there's always some guy who knows 1,000 times more than you do about something, and people are very supportive about that. Actually, maybe that's interesting for you. I don't know if you know about that. I actually opened a German magic forum, an online platform for magicians where they can register and just talk about magic like in a locked room without giving away too much to the public. So you have to answer 4 quiz questions, a little quick quiz. So you can get the password and only a magician can answer that. It's like What's the name of the routine where a card is put into a deck and it always jumps back to top? It always jumps back to top.
I don't know.
Yes, you don't know, me neither. And yes, stuff like that. So you answer those questions and then you get the password for the forum. I think that's very important for people to just share their ideas and share their experience and their knowledge with each other. And the Magic community is very open about that. Yeah. Definitely. Okay, so people have been asking always the same stuff. It gets kind of repetitive, like what are you planning for your future in Magic? What's your favorite card? What's your favorite cards? Do you have a pet?
My favorite cards. Oh yeah, my favorite cards are butterfly playing cards. It's true.
Yes.
Because I made them for myself. My favorite card is Ace of Hearts, obviously.
Yes. Yes. Oh, okay. Wait. I don't know. I guess you can absolutely not talk about the 52 in any way in public, right?
I can. Why not? Sure.
You can. Yes. Because
yeah, there's a book written about 52
yes,
by
true.
Ian Fisher.
Yeah. So, if there's any questions from you about the 52 and about Ondrej being the Ace of Hearts, just go ahead and ask. And he will answer you the best way he can without giving away too much. Yeah, why did you eat the Scarabaeus beetle? I think that you answered that before. So you have to just rewind the
because
stream.
I just like to provoke people. Yeah. People were also asking something about the Kickstarter, but it was in German. I didn't understand. What was the question?
People have been just asking like, how long does the campaign go? Where do they find it? And then there was some other guy, Maurice, he shared the link for your Kickstarter campaign in the chat, so people can find it.
Thank you, Maurice.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it ends in 2 days. So if you want the cards, go and get them, a deck or two.
Yes. So now people are asking, what's the 52 and why are you the Ace of Hearts?
Yeah, so the 52 is an invitation-only club that was founded by Laura London and Daniel Madison. And it's basically for, they invited some of their Magic friends or artist friends or people who somehow contributed to the art of card magic, and they created this amazing group of people around the world. And it's like a big magic family that is connected by social media and by love for magic and the art of magic.
And why are you the Ace of Hearts?
Because I'm lucky bastard. That's why. That's exactly why. Because it was Mark. Mark. He has a beautiful last name. Well, it was Mark who used to be Ace of Hearts. Okay. It wasn't me the first time. But Mark decided to leave the 52. And I was the first one invited to the 52 after he left. And Laura said, she offered me, she had like 5 cards. But first she said, what would you say about the Ace of Hearts? And I said, okay, yes, I want to be Ace of Hearts.
Yeah, cool.
Can you teach us something? Yes, butterfly playing cards. Everything about butterfly playing cards.
Yeah, people have actually been asking like, how do you when I buy your cards, how do I get the secret? Like, how do I learn the method? I think not everyone knows about it.
Yeah, you can either go to butterflyplayingcards.com, where you can buy the deck that comes with 7 tutorial videos. Actually, it is 25 euros, 50, and it has an hour of tutorial videos that teach you 6 different effects and
the method. by itself.
Of course. It explains all the marking systems and everything. There's also a book that you can get that explains much more about the deck. And you can go to Kickstarter. And if you get marked cards, because on a Kickstarter they're also unmarked, which I think are better for cardistry, probably. But if you want to do magic with them, and so you get the marked cards, and every deck contains an instructional card that explains the marking system.
Yeah.
And basically how to work with it.
So now you know. Now you know about it. No, there's always like people asking, and just that it was important for clarification. Let's just do one more question. There's magic and music. Does the 52 affect your card magic by any means?
The way I see magic, well, there are some really dear friends in the 52 who inspire me. One is Jeremy Griffith, for sure.
Yep.
Fatty is amazing. You know Fatty?
No, I don't know Fatty.
Fatty's great.
Who's Fatty?
He's from Jordan.
Okay.
He's a cardist, he's a magician, and he's a ninja.
Okay.
Really, he's amazing. He's just, and I like what Daniel Madison does. I love what Laura London does. And there's so many. And, you know, every time I start mentioning people, then all of a sudden, Lisa de la Vega, both de la Vegas, I love them. Yes, those two influence me so much. Yeah, there's too many in the 52.
Yeah.
And I feel like half of them, or a third of them, has somehow influenced the way I see magic.
Oh, that's very good. Like, that's what we've been talking about before, right? That you always have to talk to other magicians, and you always
cooperation.
have to...
It's all about cooperation.
Yeah.
Make friends.
Yes.
Don't be an asshole.
Yeah. True.
That's a good
True.
thing.
Absolutely true. I see so many people that try to show like I'm the best, and they forget that that's only for the short term, and if you see it long term, you always lose so many opportunities if you just scare away people.
Be nice to people. There's a question if The Secret of Butterflies book is also available as a hardcover book, not only ebook. Yes, it's on the website, butterflyplayingcards.com. You can get it. I think it's 35 euros or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's not a bad book. I will definitely buy some butterfly decks this evening.
Yes.
Yay, thank you, Morris. And back the campaign if you haven't done yet, because the black cards are better than the ones that exist so far.
I think so as well. One more question that has been in there, like now it's gone again, but it said, was there like one particular emotional moment in your life doing magic, like that influenced you or changed you in some way? Has there been like that one performance where you were like, oh my god, this is life-changing?
Well, I have chills now just thinking about it.
Yeah.
Well, the one thing that changed it a lot was the conjuring workshop I already talked about in Stockholm in 2015 for 3 weeks with Tom Stone and Johan Stahl and group of 16 magicians. And because of that, I created a hour-long show, 52 Lovers, that I do usually towards the end of the year in Prague. Then I made butterfly playing cards because of that, because I met Stefan Eriksson, the designer of the cards there. And third, me and my friend, we came up with the idea of headphones for a performance. So because of that, I went on Fool Us. And these three things, the show, butterfly cards, and the Fool Us performance, shaped the future of my career forever, right?
Yeah.
And all that happened or started in those 3 weeks in Stockholm with Tom Stone and Johan Stone. By the way, the workshop is amazing. Tom Stone does the workshop every year.
Yeah.
So follow Tom Stone on social media. Besides some commentary on politics, you also will get you will find out when the event is happening, when the workshop is happening. And maybe there's even a group, like a conjuring workshop somewhere on Facebook. But certainly follow Tom either on Facebook or on Instagram if you want to join the workshop, because it's really is a life-changing experience. I'm here right now, and we have 2 days behind, and we have still 2 days to go, and I'm just so pumped already and excited, and it's just so great. The group of people is amazing.
Have you heard about Campus Mágico in Spain? Yes. I think
Christian
that's
Cheng is doing that.
Yes, that's right.
I would recommend that to everybody as well.
That's right.
I know it costs a lot of money. It's totally worth it. But if you don't have that much money, I think that this workshop, you pay only accommodation, and the workshop itself doesn't cost much money. So this is much cheaper than Campus Mágico.
Okay.
I feel like Campus Mágico teaches you more magic effects. This teaches more theory.
Yeah.
Campus Mágico more focuses on your current magic already. This doesn't care that much about what you do. It just tells you general approach to magic in a way of theory and how to create new magic material, not how to work on the material you already have.
Yeah.
So it really depends on what your focus is. But I would recommend both to anybody immediately. My friend Damien from Prague just attended Campus Mágico and came back super excited. So totally. Mario Lopez, who was there, he is one of the greatest creators in magic these days.
There's so much going on in Spain right now, and like you can't even describe it. Yeah.
I love Spanish magic.
Yes, me too. Like you can read as much as you want and learn as much as you want. I feel like you have to be Spanish to get it done. I don't know. Okay, so let's do one small little one as a final question for today. Ondrej, which color of the butterflies do you prefer, the gold ones or the silver ones? Asked by Aaron.
I don't know if I have a preference yet. Probably the gold ones. The gold is more popular in general.
Yeah.
And they are more stunning, I would say. I would maybe be a little fashionable, so I would choose which cards I want according to how I dress for the performance.
Good idea. Always a good idea.
But yeah, I think gold. But the black gilded ones in black and white, Jesus, incredible.
Nice.
Those are so great.
All right. So let's do it like this. We'll just say goodbye to you guys. I think that was a very, very interesting stream for you to watch. Like, you can just give us some feedback right now on the chat. We won't finish the stream like this second. It's gonna be online for a minute or 2 minutes. We would really appreciate your feedback. And Ondrej, I guess one time we have to find a date to sit on a couch together in front of one camera and not do it via Skype. I think that's always a little bit more personal, and you can always talk more.
I think that's a fantastic idea. Maybe around the time when I'm in Berlin.
Yes.
That's
November.
a little closer to Prague, no?
Yeah.
I mean, are you in Köln?
I'm in Düsseldorf. Yeah. Near
Düsseldorf.
Köln. Yeah. same direction. So
Awesome.
Berlin is closer than Prague, yeah.
That's right. Yeah,
That's
so
right.
you know, so we can do it at that time. That would
So
be great.
we'll meet in the middle. Nice. So thank you guys for your feedback. I think people really enjoyed it, and I hope we could talk some interesting stuff. Ondrej, I'm very, very thankful for you. Really, thank you very much for all your answers, and it was also for me. It's always inspiring, and you always learn new things. So thank you very much for your time.
It was a big pleasure. Thank you to you. And I think that German magicians, especially the young kids, are lucky to have you.
Oh,
so
thank you.
I'm really happy about that. The question was, what do you think about German magicians?
Yeah.
German magic. Hey, you guys have one of the greatest magicians in the world. Really do. So German magic is great, fantastic. I love Topaz. I love Pit Hartling. Dennis Berger is so great. And now I don't want to forget anybody again. But German magic is just so good.
That's true. That's true.
Oh.
All right. So guys,
Gaston. Sorry, I'm just
no problem. It's alright.
remembering.
Guys, wait, I'll just switch to German for a second. Freunde, vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen bei diesem Stream. Ich hoffe, es hat euch ganz viel Spaß gemacht. Mir hat es super viel Spaß gemacht. Und danke natürlich auch nochmal an Ondrej an der Stelle. Und wir sehen uns morgen um 14 Uhr zu einem neuen Video. Vielen Dank an alle, die dabei waren. Habt noch einen ganz schönen Abend, eine ganz schöne Nacht. Und wir sehen uns morgen. Bis dann. And Ondrej, can you say goodbye in German?
Auf Wiedersehen,
Auf
mein
Wiedersehen.
Freunde.
Oh, perfect. Can you say like have a good night in German?
Gute Nacht.
Yes, perfect. Okay, so I don't have to add anything to that.
And we didn't even mention, the video I did for Kickstarter. That was one of the greatest things I've ever put
oh my god!
on video.
How did we not talk about that? Yeah,
Go and watch
amazing.
it. Go and watch
Yeah,
it.
watch the butterfly trailer. It was amazing. Cool. Nice. Okay.
Thank you, Matthias, so much.
I have to thank you. Thank you very much. I'll just finish the stream now, guys. See you tomorrow and gute Nacht. Bye.
Gute Nacht.